I'm ready to go. I'm just shut up. I'm doing intro.
Claims that we heard him make.
I just want to know more about this.
Shortly after this attack for regime change, the president saying this is the single greatest chance for the Iranian people to take back their country. The big question has been, what does that look like? How does the U.S. and how does President Trump envision that playing out? The president says that hopefully the IRGC and police will peacefully merge with the Iranian patriots and work together as a unit to bring back the country to the greatness it deserves. But David, the president concludes this statement by saying that the heavy and pinpoint bombing, however, will continue uninterrupted throughout the week or as long as necessary to achieve our objective of peace throughout the Middle East and indeed the world.
For days and weeks to come. And Mary, once this attack was underway today, the president with a stark warning to the American people about U.S. troops.
Yeah, and David, the president, of course, remember, he has long promised not to drag America into these long, protracted foreign wars. But now the president has warned that American lives may be lost in this fight. We do not know how long this is going to go on, whether this will indeed be a long, protracted, prolonged war. The president making clear for now the attack, the strikes will continue, but there are still so many basic fundamental questions about what comes next and what role the U.S. is going to play in the...
Interesting. Whoa, let me grab a content there. What the fuck? Atom building? What the fuck? What the fuck? Chat, I guess I'm not gonna get banned, am I? Higher than the tower in Bahrain. Chat, isn't that the capital?
XQCL.
It's a country. Really? Oh no, sorry. The other one is Tehran. Sorry, it has kind of the same kind of feel to the word, no? Yeah, I mean, are they gonna keep playing the same video?
Oh my god.
What the fuck was that? Dude. It's just falling like that? It's just a failed missile?
X, shut your whole ass up and play some games, Lil Buster, bro.
It's oh my god. Jesus, turn the camera around and get the react. I mean. Okay. U.S. Naval Center.
Oh my god. Bro hit the YouTube thumbnail mid-bombing.
He's speaking French. I'm watching the news, man. Am I allowed?
Oh my days, Over the Beach Club is f***ing mental. Look at that. Literally directly above us.
Wait, in
That's
Dubai?
Insane. They were so loud. That is f***ing mental. That is. Oh my god, I have no words. In the safest country in the city in the world. Wow.
Yo, I'm such a bitch. I would try to find a bunker or some shit. Like, fuck that. Yeah, I'd try to find like some basement or something. You know what I mean? Chat, I think there's a bunch of different countries involved now, no?
So we just heard General Keane say that this could be quicker than anticipated. It could be potentially over within 2 to 3 weeks, just based on what we're seeing in the early stages of the response here from Iran. And the more we learn about the decapitation of so many of their leaders in the country. Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin
Fox
reporting
News,
that a U.S. base in Saudi Arabia has come under attack by incoming ballistic missiles. She joins me now by phone. Jennifer, it's great to have you with us. Terrific reporting all throughout the day. We've been hanging on every one of your reports as we go through this.
Saudi Arabia, along with the other Gulf states, are entering this operation because they can't sit back and not defend their people from these incoming missiles.
Gosh,
so that's significant. I think it's also significant, Martha, that these missiles...
Guys, I'm scared of clicking some bullshit in the chat, though. Chat, guys, I'm scared of clicking some dumbass, fake news, AI shit. It's hard to not click some dog shit.
Fired at the U.S. base in Saudi Arabia.
No, because I'm clicking some links on my monitor, and some of it looks weird.
More than a dozen missiles were fired at Israel, and we saw from Trey's reporting how one of those missiles got through and hit in central Tel Aviv. That was about the same time that we were confirming that the supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, had been killed in those strikes. And it's almost as though the IRGC would have launched a number of missiles simultaneously. We haven't seen quite that number of missiles fired at the same time at Israel in this round in the last 12 hours.
This one? Let me check. Yes, like what is it? World War III monitor? Dude, this is insane. Is it actually real? It's a drone? Well, that's fucking insane. I mean, dude, that could have been this person. That's awful. No, that's god awful. This is like I'm assuming some random guy recording. That's really scary. Who the fuck is doing all that?
Hmm. 41 years subbed. Can I get a welcome to the jungle?
What? Now I'm confused. Now I'm confused though. So it was all from Iran? But for why? Yeah, for why?
Hello, I'm Marianne Mashiri. You're watching BBC News with live coverage of our breaking news this hour. The United States and Israel have launched airstrikes across Iran. President Trump says the US and Israel have launched major combat operations. Mr. Trump says the objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime. He says Iran can never have a nuclear weapon, and he accuses the Republic...
Okay, chat, question, chat. They had used a bunker buster last time to stop the manufacture and refining of uranium and whatnot. What was the country was that?
Trying to rebuild its nuclear program.
They had failed? It was Iran, same thing.
Also said there may be American casualties as a result of this operation, which has been dubbed Epic Fury by the Pentagon. The retaliation has started from Iran. Bahrain says the US base there has come under attack. Qatar, Kuwait, Jordan, Iraq and Saudi Arabia have also had missiles fired into their countries.
Yo. Huh?
We're getting reports of one person killed in the United Arab Emirates and 4 people in Syria from missile debris. In a video statement, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said the attack is to remove an existential threat to his country. We've been hearing air raid sirens and explosions across Israeli cities. Israel's defence minister has declared a special and permanent state of emergency. They've closed the country's airspace, all schools are shut, and access to holy sites have also been shut today. Israeli defence forces say dozens of missiles are being fired into the country. 70,000 reservists have been called up. Meanwhile, in Iran, the strikes are across multiple locations. Media reports say blasts have been heard in Esfahan, Karaj, Kermanshah, Qom, and the port city of Bushehr. Mehrabad Airport, just outside Tehran, has come under attack. We're getting pictures of large-scale bombing in Tehran as well. Iranian media, as we've reported, say up to 40 people have been killed at a primary school in the south of the country. An official has told the Reuters news agency that Tehran's retaliation and response will be...
Yo, chat, is this true, chat? I'm hitting Gulf states because it's... I know what that is. Is this true? No, I also don't know what that means. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're using some language I'm not familiar with.
Crushing. Meanwhile, Israeli officials say Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei and Iran's President Pezeshkian have been targeted. 7 missiles have hit the presidential palace, and there have been strikes around the Supreme Leader's compound. Well, the attack follows weeks of tension in the region, with US forces massing around Iran. Joe Inwood now reports on the latest developments so far.
After weeks of build-up.
Chat, I looked at social media before I went live. I'm not even seeing that many takes. I don't know why. I feel like people are kind of like me. I kind of clueless that it seems to be a complicated, multiple-fold issue that not everybody masters and fully understands. You know what I mean? And now I feel like people are just waiting to see what is the general opinion, so they can piggyback it. And then if you don't say that, you're wrong. Thoughts about that?
Weeks of threats. This morning, the US and Israel left no room for doubt. They want to topple the Iranian regime. Footage is still emerging amidst an internet blackout, but it's clear that a vast air campaign is being carried out right across the country.
The United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation.
I'm mad at the people. I feel like if the people are celebrating something, it might be at least somewhat good. Maybe I'm wrong though. Like last time, the Venezuelans seemed to be celebrating it. They seem to be happy. I'm mad at the people. There were some reports that said that it was true. Some of the people were celebrating. That live there. For the people.
To prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated.
So what and who is the US going to target? Well, Iran's ballistic missiles will be top of any list, an attempt to blunt their ability to respond. Iran's navy, seen here on exercise last week, will also be seen as a soft target. The key question, will they kill the president, Masoud Pezeshkian, or the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei? Iran promised to respond with crushing force.
Let's take a look. Let's take chat. What is there? Some people in chat that live there. Is people that live there that know what it's like? Are people generally for? Are they happy of that?
Within an hour of the strikes, air raid sirens could be heard over Israel.
Family?
The country's Iron Dome missile defences already in action. The Prime Minister warned his people there would be a price to pay.
Snippy, you're gonna get banned. I'm telling you now, I'm telling you, you're on thin fucking ice. You're on thin fucking ice. You will get fucking banned. Stop fucking LARPing.
Challenging days await us. Every military action involves risk, but the risk of doing nothing is greater. Because if we do not act, we will get a nuclear Iran, an Iran with tens of thousands of ballistic missiles.
Some of those ballistic missiles have already been fired in response. the US has a vast military footprint across the Middle East.
Ya Allah!
And already impacts have been seen at the US naval base in Bahrain, headquarters of the 5th Fleet. Qatar hosts the Al Udeid air base. The last time Iran struck, it was telegraphed in advance and largely performative. Not this time. There have also been reports of drones being intercepted over Iraq. Knowing exactly what is happening inside Iran is difficult at this point, with most communications down. But state TV broadcast this statement.
According to the information obtained from these two corrupt regimes, their operations in Tehran and other cities will continue. Therefore, as much as possible while maintaining calm, travel to other cities to stay safe from the evils of these two regimes.
In January, when widespread street protests gripped the country, President Trump promised help was on its way before taking no immediate action. In today's speech, he said that help had finally arrived.
When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond.
Iran now faces the biggest military build-up in the Middle East for more than 20 years, and a US administration which has explicitly called for its destruction. It seems likely this conflict will escalate in dangerous and unpredictable ways. Joe Inwood, BBC News.
Well, let's cross live now and speak to our North America correspondent, Helena Humphrey, who is in Washington for us. Helena, just bring us up to date with
that seems to be a pretty dire prediction.
Action from Washington so far.
Freedom USA.
Well, a range of reaction now coming in, Mariam, as you would expect, as lawmakers and, of course, the American public wake up to the news of these strikes. Let me just run you through what some of the lawmakers have had to say, starting off with Lindsey Graham. He is a Republican senator. He is an ally of Donald Trump. And essentially his message, which he's posted on X, is that he believes that this is an opportunity to reshape the Middle East. He says that he expects this campaign to be a violent one, but ultimately he expects it to be successful. You can compare and contrast that with what we've heard from another Republican, a Congressman Thomas Massey,
protesters, they lost any sympathy that they could have
who is a critic of Donald Trump, and he has called this an act of war unauthorized by Congress. Certainly there had not been a congressional vote on any of these strikes. Just some other reaction to bring you now. Ro Khanna, he is a Democratic lawmaker, and he has called for a vote on Monday. He said that lawmakers must come to Washington. They must vote on this. They must put their names on the records with regards to where they stand on these strikes. And then we've also heard from the vice chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee, that is Mark Warner. And essentially what his message has been in a statement is he says that we have heard claims of urgency of American intelligence before, clearly referencing previous wars, Iraq, for example, being one of them, and saying that the president...
I never said bomb civilians. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what the fuck's happening, man. I never what the fuck did I say
questions with regards to the objective basically saying that President Trump can come out with a video on his social media platform, an 8-minute video in which he has warned that there could be American casualties. That justification needs to be there. Now, certainly we know that Donald Trump has spoken not just about a failure of a nuclear deal, but he has also spoken about ending what he calls a campaign of bloodshed against Americans. But in terms of that objective, he also spoke to the Iranian people, didn't he? He said, stay inside for the time being, but when it is safe to do so, come out, rise up, topple the Iranian regime. And I think, the greater backdrop to all of this is what we had seen in recent weeks when we had seen that brutal crackdown on protesters in Iran, and Donald Trump had said to them, help is on the way, prompting many people to ask in recent weeks, well, where is that help? Donald Trump clearly there speaking to the Iranians as well, saying this will be your opportunity. Of course, what comes of that will be a question that we will see unfold in...
I'm not going to watch Hassan. I mean, listen, I don't know if there's a good take or a bad take, but when I see a Hassan take, I know it's a bad take. If I could put some money And I would go all in every time. I don't care to keep some money for my family. Fuck them. If I could put my money on whether something I take is a bad take or a good take, I put everything I have and alone on bad take when Hassan says something. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
And of course, let's not forget in the last
it's
few
just
days,
a safe bet.
even longer than that,
economic
the US has been negotiating through Oman in Geneva with the Iranians. And like back in June 2025, when there were mid-negotiations and there was an attack on Iran, this has happened mid-negotiations. It makes one wonder whether negotiating with President Trump is actually a dangerous thing to do.
Well, certainly what we see with Donald Trump is this kind of strategic ambiguity, and of course here in Washington, as correspondents, we've been trying to read the tea leaves, ask questions of the administration about whether a strike.
When from the new, no, I disagree. The problem is that he doesn't stand on business. He says, "Oh yeah, don't do this." But whenever his side or whatever the fuck his cause does the same exact act, oh yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, you have to do that. It is what it is. It doesn't sound on anything. Like, come on, bro. That's awful. I don't do that. I don't do that ever.